Chaplains are veteran space marines in charge for the spiritual well-being of their battle brothers. Aren't they indoctrinated super soldiers already? Yes, but apparently they get depressed and must be motivated by badass guys with awesome black Terminator power armors with skull-faced helmets. So I was excited when JOYTOY announced and then released the Terminator Chaplain for the miniature. But with so many details involved, I was a bit scared about articulation, and sadly I was right, but not for the expected reasons. Oh my, it is loaded with decorations, but these pauldrons, they can't rotate. Yes, in practice you can only turn the arm 90 degrees, but there is no way you can move it at shoulder level. Come on, JOYTOY, how could you mount fixed pauldrons? Paint job for decorations and helmet is great, with washing and engravings. Armor instead is flat black. No highlights or whitening or anything like that, just black. The legs can flex 90 degrees backward, but not much else. Then I got this nasty surprise with my own figure. The torso is not properly glued. It is not broken, just not properly glued. I can easily solve this by myself, but it is quite annoying, yet it is in some way funny. Apparently JOYTOY saved on the glue in my case, and the bottom part of the figure does not hold together with the upper part, but at least you can see how plain black is the underlying armor. But once covered, everything looks super cool. It is not difficult to plug the top and bottom parts together again, but all of these parchments are as cool as they are the impediment. The Chaplain is limited in his posing options, but it is a very nice statue. Those pauldrons are a major drawback. They are very nicely decorated, but they are really a problem if you want to give the entire figure a more dynamic posing. When properly assembled, the Chaplain has a quite peculiar presence, especially when mixed with other standardized space marines like the intercessors. I guess that everything depends on your expectations. For more dynamic scenarios you probably want to look at Brother Varus or the new Judiciary Indomitus Chaplain. For shooting at heretics and other fun people, the Chaplain uses this red storm bolter with a drum magazine. You can never go wrong with gunmetal painting, while the red is a bit underwhelming, but there is some washing recesses that give the entire weapon a nice look. For the survivors of the bolt fire, there is the final redemption through the Crosium Arcanum, the iconic weapon for every Chaplain. Lovely. Then you have 4 black hands of Sauron for more customization options. And this is everything about the Chaplain. It has a nice creepy look with many skulls placed around the armor, and I counted more than 35 skulls across the entire figure itself and the weapons. If I did not know more about Space Marines Chaplains, I would say that this is more a worshipper of Khorne than an ardent loyal servant of the Emperor. The armor paint job is lacking, with just flat black and gold, while the decorations and skull face are the strong points for the entire figure. This is where JOYTOY has concentrated most of the effort, and they effectively carry the figure. The cape is in line with other similar Space Marine capes, but with some additional decorations to add to the cool factor. What really is a letdown is an inability to raise the arms. It would be so awesome to raise the Crosium to the sky and call the other Space Marines to greater feats of glory and honor, but no. he can only walk around like a flying statue. To be honest, this is one of the coolest figures from JOYTOY, and yet one of the most disappointing from a point of view of poseability. Quite extremes, pros and cons. Compared to other brothers in Terminator armor, the Chaplain is on the small end of the scale. Compared, for example, to the Terminator Captain and all other ultramarine Terminators, it is quite tiny. I honestly expected Chaplains in Terminator armors to be more impressive size-wise, but JOYTOY has thought differently, and so we have to live with that. When examining the Chaplain, I realized how important the articulations of the shoulders are for the Space Marines figures. Even the old ball joints used for the aggressors were better than this fixed system used for this figure. Luckily, JOYTOY has not used it anywhere else so far, and will probably never do. Therefore, if you need a cool Terminator Chaplain to place upright in your shelf, this could be a good option. If you are looking for something to animate your shelves or your dioramas, then there are probably other Chaplain figures that you may want to evaluate. That's all. Thanks for watching, have a nice rest of the day, and don't forget to like and subscribe.